Giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honors unto the elder apostles and the bishops who teach and rule well. It's shalom and salutations to the men of Great Millstone and to the brothers that teach a likewise doctrine. The salutations to the hopefully elect. This is a brother Rai by Nyamian here to share our lesson. And the title of this lesson is A Fitting Leader for Babylon. And as you see by the Reuters, the heading of the article, it says U.S. military begins clearing Strait of Hormuz, Trump says, right? So when you see something like that, the people that don't know what's going on, it puts hope in your heart that, hey, the prices of goods are going up, not only because of the tariff, but because the strait is closed, right? Your fertilizers, wherever Babylon imports from there, right? And they say the fuel too as well, even though they don't need it, right? So when you see something like that, somebody in the world, it will put that person in hope that the prices of goods will come down and it will take the pressure off of them trying to provide for themselves and their families. All right, but that's not usually the case. DJ Trump has been known, to be a liar, saying one thing and then the opposite country, Iran, says something else, and their information is more factual than his. And he has not only done this on one occasion, but on many occasions, misleading the people. So I'm going to read the article, share free scriptures, and close it out. Lord willing, edify until elect, right? And this is why you are not to trust any leadership outside of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, especially if it's a Edomite. All right, so here we go. It says, U.S. President Donald Trump on Saturday posted on social media that the United States military has started to clear the Strait of Hormuz, and that's all of Iran's mine-laying ships have been sunk. Oh, okay. So it says, we are now starting the process of clearing out the Strait of Hormuz, Trump wrote in a Truth Social post, adding that all 28 of Iran's mine dropper boats are also lying at the bottom of the sea. Now, the crazy part about this is, let's say hours after this has been posted, that the mine-laying boats have sunk other ships trying to enter into the Strait of Hormuz. And that is if they report something like that, right? It says minutes before Trump's post, reports started to emerge about the presence of U.S. Navy ships in the strait. An Axios journalist citing an unarmed U.S. Official posted that several U.S. ships had crossed the strait on Saturday, though Iranian state TV soon after reported a denial from an official with Iran's military. See? So this is why sometimes it could be difficult, who's speaking the truth and who's not. But with prophecy, we know what they are going to do. So even if they say one thing, we know that even if it may be true, it may not be the case for long. Like they say, the ceasefire is happening. We know that the war between Babylon and Iran with Russia and China partnered with Israel is going to happen, despite they saying ceasefire. So through prophecy, we know what's going to happen, despite what statement they bring out, right? It says Trump has reportedly said that American forces have destroyed Iran's navy and air force while crippling its ballistic missile and nuclear programs. But fear of Iranian attacks on shipping over the past several weeks has effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, a critical conduit for global oil supplies. Throttling the strait has disrupted global energy markets, U.S. energy prices have spiked, which you're seeing now, even though most of the oil that flows through the waterway does not go to the U.S. So a lot of corruption and stuff is going on, man. Right? And it says a representative from the U.S. and Iran began talks hosted by Pakistan in Istanbul, Islamabad, Salakia, on Saturday amid a fragile ceasefire in the conflict, right? So yeah, so a lot of corruption is taking place, even though the majority of the oil that comes to the US does not come from there. Alright. So he is a fitting leader for Babylon. And this is how Yahweh, right, instructs leaders should be put in place. Right? He has instruction for leadership. And I read it in the book of Exodus chapter 18 and verse 21. Right? And it says, moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear the Most High, right? Fear Yahweh, right? Men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, rulers of tens, and that's where you go into like your captains and so on and so forth, right? So these are the men that should be selected to be over the people, right? Upright and righteous men, fearing Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, right? And not only saying what they would do, but actually in action doing what he says to do. And this is why you Israelites need to pray for the right group, that the Most High show you the right group to listen to, because it's pivotal. It's very important in these last days to have the 100% truth. And I end in Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 12 real quick. And it says, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. Right? Now, such a leaders, you know what I'm saying, are seen as you'll see in the article, causing, confusion, and causing corruption, right? Most of the oil don't come from there, but yet your citizens are paying high prices, right? Misleading the people, man. You understand? Making the people think stuff is good, and then a couple hours later, the truth come out, and you know what I mean? Put your words to shame. So you cannot be trusted, right? And he is also, due to his wickedness, he's inviting, divine judgment, that wrath and indignation from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, which is going to pelt nuclear missiles upon this place, man, right? As part of her ending judgment. You understand? Scriptures also go into as the officers are, so are the people. So as he is a great liar, DJT is a great liar, so the people, your common people, will be deceivers and great liars also in these last days, not to be trusted. All right? I'm going to grab that before I close it out. The people, I may have to Google it, but let me see. As the officers see if I narrow it down. Alright, so this is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of a city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Right? So expect friendships to be put to the test and ended due to betrayals and lies, relationships, marriages, so on and so forth, right? And family relations, and because of betrayal and lies, right? So he is showing himself to be a great liar, and misleading, the people, which the people in turn are gonna carry out, as well, because there are no great examples. The great example of men, where in Exodus 21 it instructs that leaders be men of the truth. And the men of the truth would only come out of Israel. And on this side, the elect, right? Yeah, so a fitting leader for Babylon. So at the same time, praying as the Most High to show the right Israelite group to follow, listen to, right? So may the spirit of repentance be upon you all. Until the next time, shalom.